Hello everyone, we're checking out Slam Dingo. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Got the game page open here. It doesn't give me much information, but it does say if you can't beat the last portion of the stage or if the bouncing doesn't work, you can enter no clip mode with V. No clip controls are WASD for horizontal, space and M2 for vertical. For whatever reason, doesn't say anything else about the game or what the normal controls are in the game, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can figure that out. It is in a window at the moment. It's a rather small window. I want to see if we can maybe. Doesn't look like Alt Enter will maximize, but I can sort of maximize the window here. It might look slightly blurry because it's not truly full screen. But it does say press space to play, so let's see if we can make that work. All right, wow, that is very low resolution. Camera's a little bouncy there. I don't know what that's all about. It looks like a timer's going off. I don't. What is that bouncing? All right, so this is interesting. What are the controls here? Is it mouse? All right, looks like the mouse M1 button. Oh, okay, got a little bit of a hitch there when I hit that, but only for the first time it seems. I don't know if I can. Oh, there's a double jump. All right. So yeah, this is apparently it's like a Crash Bandicoot clone. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot since like when it was actually new. I played it at a friend's house. Right, apparently you can't hit that from directly underneath it. I do find that number counting up with all the decimal places there quite distracting. Right. Is there like camera controls of any sort? Trying some of the keys on the keyboard here. As far as I can tell, all I can do is WSD and mouse 1 to spin. Which I guess, I guess Crash Bandicoot didn't have a controllable camera either. But I do feel like I wish I could look around here. I don't know. I guess in theory I could like jump on that. I guess I made it. Yeah, it's not my most favorite thing to use WSD for platformer controls like this. I don't know if the gamepad is being supported. Actually, might as well plug that in and see what happens. Let's see. There it goes. All right, so the thumbstick seems to work. We got jump. That little camera bounce is still happening. Well, oh, there's a pause. Supports the start button. For some reason, it does not appear to have the actual spin move mapped to anything. This is a 360 controller. So I've got two of the most important functions, which is moving and jumping. The analog actually does seem to work with analog. A little bit weird with the animation, like it kind of, if you only move the stick a little bit, it doesn't, the animation doesn't quite work right. Sometimes it kind of stops and I'm still sliding around a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I would definitely prefer to have analog control over using the keyboard if I had a choice in the matter. But presumably they would at least try to design the levels with keyboard in mind. So I'm going back to keyboard and mouse here because I don't have my spin move without it. So we don't have like a pause menu or anything. I know notice there's no drop shadow. That would be a nice thing to have, especially when you're platforming. And get a better sense of the depth here. Oh, kind of expected to just step up onto that, so maybe that would be worth adding. Just have a little... he just goes flying. A little bit of a step up would be nice. Do I just, can I break these? Oh, okay, so every time I bounce off of those, I get a double jump back. Okay, so in that case, it was just a matter of not being able to tell the depth there. That was a little bit frustrating, especially because you like actually have to go back to the start here. I don't know if that's always intended to be the case. But yeah, also like stuff like that floating box there, it'd be nice if they had a drop shadow under it. That would also help with the depth perception there. I do like how that spin kind of goes through more than one box, like it's not just an instantaneous thing, and it's not, I guess it has a collider that's out for a second, for a moment or two. It's active, so you can get through those boxes more efficiently. Oops, need to touch that. I'm not gonna get that because I don't care. Oh, you can do this, okay. Am I supposed to? Oh, shoot. I thought I'd have a little bit more time after I double jump, but I would have had to just hold forward the whole time there. Double jump is not particularly strong in terms of, you don't get a lot of height or anything. Wait, oh, I could bounce off this, apparently. Why can I bounce off this? Why doesn't it break like the other things? Oh, okay. It eventually broke. If I can get further, now, original Crash Bandicoot, it was like the goal of the level was to break all the boxes from what I remember. But I don't see that, like, it doesn't show on screen a count or anything like that, so I don't know if there's an actual, like, if the game is actually meant to be played that way, or if it's implemented that, like, you can't win unless you break them all or whatever, so kind of the mind at this point to see if I can just get further without actually doing all that. Art is a little bit hard to judge. Somehow I'm doing it so far. Ah, yeah, see, that's quite frustrating. It's just you can't really tell for sure if you are at the right depth. Okay, sometimes I was just holding the A key to go left and it just kind of stopped going that way for a moment. I had to like release the key and press it again. I don't know what happened there. Oh, okay, yeah, so right now I'm holding W. I've been holding it for the last several seconds and it just stopped going forward. So I don't know if there's just something in the input code that's just kind of letting go of the did I stomp him? It almost looked like he fell through or something, but I think it's supposed to be a squash animation maybe. A little hard to tell with the the resolution and this like scan line effect and everything. Okay, so just holding W doesn't work. Can you like spam this quite a bit? Get the timing just right, you can almost keep that going forever. That was unfortunate. I wasn't paying so much attention to the jumping there because I was thinking about this spinning action here, but I mean, it's probably not like an invincibility cheat because I mean, I don't know if you're necessarily invincible while spinning either, but I think you're probably going to get a few frames in there, even if you're really good with the timing, that it's not going to be spinning. But yeah, you might want to consider adding just a little bit of a cooldown on doing that, so the player can't spam it forever in case that's exploitable. Alright, so I mean it's doable, but again, it's just that kind of thing where if you do, wow. Gosh dang. Okay. So uh what was I even saying? Yeah, so that the jumping section is the kind of thing where, you know, if you do miss it and fall, it's quite frustrating because it feels like it's quite hard to judge. But again, you know, the drop shadow will add a lot because you kind of see that when it falls over the thing you're aiming for and such. So apart from that, I'm not particularly fond of the super low resolution along with the scan lines and everything all at the same time. It's quite blurry, I would say. I think if it was at a higher resolution, the scan lines and the aberration and everything would be a little bit more tasteful in general. And I don't know if this little bounce effect is supposed to be part of this kind of CRT sort of artifact concept here, but I don't find myself liking that either. I also don't think I ever had a CRT that would the image would bounce like this. I guess it sort of reminds me of like if you had a VHS tape that was severely degraded, that would have a little bit of a, you know, some distortions that might cause something like that, but it wouldn't be the monitor itself, you know, it would be the tape. So I don't know if that's where that idea came from. I don't really know. But in any case, yeah, in terms of gameplay, I mean, it's very basic so far, but you know, good old platforming. It seems very functional, and I didn't have anything stand out to me as particularly broken feeling. It's just mostly, you know, some of the depth perception here and there, and of course the lack of depth, drop shadow that I mentioned, and yeah, the gamepad support would be appreciated. And honestly, I would consider at least some kind of like a limited camera control or something. Like the original Crash Bandicoot didn't have that, but it's more of a limitation of the technology where the controller just didn't have any options for that. You know what I mean? But you don't necessarily have to have a like a you know, some games it's like you have to fight with the controller constant or the I'm sorry, the camera constantly because it's like it doesn't really do anything useful on its own. So it's like you have to always manually play with it, and that can be annoying. So you know, if you have a camera that's pretty automatic, or you can you know design your levels around it and with the camera angles at the same time, that can be quite nice. But maybe just a little bit of you know rotation left and right that you can do manually just once in a while when you feel like you need it or something. That could be something probably worth toying with, I think. And then, you know, maybe it just goes back to automatic after a bit, something like that. But yeah, hopefully this is useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.